Well, how do there, people in the viewerverse? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, although I say a cup of tea with Captain Steve, I've got myself a McDonald's freaking Coca-Cola, so I guess I do. Yep, so I'm going to be drinking this, and I'm going to be jumping over into the game files. Now, Kurt, the maker of the No Man's Sky Assistant app, sent me over a link to his Google Drive. Thank you very much, Mr. Kurt, and it just so happens he's just joined us in the live chat. There he is, just there. Yeah, thank you very much, Kurt, for this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any content, because at the moment, it appears this update has dropped on PC only, so it's not on any of the consoles as yet, people. So thank you very much, Kurt, for giving me something to at least cover at the moment, because, you know, even the patch notes aren't out on the freaking Hello Games website. So anyways, let's jump on in, shall we? Let's show you what Kurt has sent me over. Heck yes. Rightio. Bow! Righto, so here we go. We're over inside of Google Drive. I've covered up the URL so people can't see the URL and all that sort of shenanigans. You need permissions anyway, and he's only shared it with a few people. Yes, I'm a privileged person. So yeah, scrolling on down, you can see that there is a new banner here, people, which looks like some sort of strange, gnarly sort of piratey type ship. But it almost looks like it's been made out of all the parts from maybe a settlement? Is there going to be some sort of giant sort of outlawy piratey ship inside of this? Who freaking knows? Pretty freaking interesting though, that's for sure. Let's make that a bit bigger. Oh, is that about as big as it goes? Fair enough. Okay, so anyway, there's lots of different folders up here. We're going to go through each of the folders. I haven't really had much of a sneaky little crafty look, so I'm going to be reacting to these as you see them, people. So we're just going in with this. Heck yes. Hello there, people. We've got Dobbs in the house. We've got Mutant Turtle, Doug, Guffroom, Kid Fredo, and Wolfie Farquhar. Nice one. Good to see you all here. So let's go into 4 products. Let's have a look at this one first. So what the fudge is that? Product Star Chart, Season 9. Okay, right, well, it looks like some sort of map of some sort, but why has it got the atlas in the centre there? Interesting. I guess we'll find out, won't we, as we run the expedition. I believe Beeble is running the expedition as we speak live right now, people. Right, so let's jump on over into the special folder. Web Ship Trails Rogue. I'm fairly sure we've already got that. And this one, I'm fairly sure we've... Oh, these might be for Twitter drops, mightn't they? They might be Twitter drops, but I think we've already got these. Yeah, I think they're Twitch drops, because look, Twitch drops, not Twitter drops, Twitch drops. Yeah, a few other ships there, but nothing special to write home about. These are nice, though. These must be Quicksilver items. Quicksilver items here, I'd imagine, people. So we've got a special sign, like a round circly one. I like that one. That's quite cool. And this is pretty awesome as well. It looks a bit messy, actually, to tell the truth. But there we go. We've got another sort of... I imagine these are base parts and stuff for Quicksilver store. Okay, well this I used on my thumbnail, so I have seen this. This is freaking awesome. I imagine this is the land speedery type ship that we're going to be getting for running the expedition as some sort of reward, I'd imagine. But that's pretty cool. A special hollow geck as well. I don't know whether that goes on your dashboard or what, but yeah, pretty darn sweet. There's some pretty cool posters and banners inside of here as well, people inside of the viewerverse. Oh, it looks like the patch notes are up, are they? Well, I'll bring up the patch notes in a second. I've got it up here anyhow. We'll go over to the patch notes in a bit and we'll have a quick little butchers. Thank you very much for alerting me of all of that there, Kurt. Nice one. There's also the Expedition Cape. That looks pretty darn freaking gnarly. I just hope Switch players can actually get the cape, use the cape, and I hope we can see the cape in multiplayer on all other platforms. There's some badges, there's some emotes that are going to be unlocked in here as well, people. Now, although we're in the game files, I'll tell you what, shall we jump over and have a look at the patch notes? And we'll jump back into all of these soon, because this does look like, I think these will be covered inside the patch notes, and they give them more meaning rather than me having to guess. So let's go into the menu onto here then. Let's have a look what we've got. Release log. Let's see if it's under there. Boom! There we go. Fractal update. So, it appears the speculation that I was doing was probably pretty close then, I take it, because I got the name right anyway. I got the name right. Did I get much else right? Probably not, though, you know. But it is what it is. Let's scroll on down. So, Fractal update. Completely immerse yourself in an infinite universe with No Man's Sky update 4.1 Fractal, introducing a catalogue of your most incredible discoveries, a huge number of quality of life and accessibility improvements, gyroscopic control support, full support for PlayStation VR 2, and much more. Let's jump on in. Let's have a read of this. Oh, I like that banner art. Dang it. Should have waited 5 more minutes and I could have had a really cool thumbnail. Oh, that looks freaking delicious, that ship, doesn't it? That is proper darn freaking epically cool, that ship. I wonder if they're going to procedurally spawn in stations, or wherever it is just a reward. Let's get into it. Maybe it would let us know, people in the viewerverse. Okay, completely immerse yourself in an infinite universe with no man's... That's pretty much the same thing as before, isn't it? Fractal interest... Yes, it's exactly the same bit of text at the top. Oh, we've got a trailer! We've got a freaking trailer! Okay, right. Okay, well, let's hit the trailer, but I'm going to have to turn the volume down a tiny bit. Wow. Cool.
To work together and rebuild an abandoned solar system, unlock unique customization options, and a brand new robotic companion. Record your greatest discoveries in the new Waters catalog. The Fractal update allows players to explore the universe with a new perspective. More will follow.
Okay, people. Well, what I saw there was pretty much quality of life improvements and improvements taken from flat over to VR. I'm not seeing much in the way of content in the way that it's going to make you come back and play over and over again there. But we'll carry on reading and we'll take a look-see. As far as trailers go, that did not blow me away. Okay, let's go down here then. So, the once affluent system of backing has fallen into decay. Trade routes halted, the space station abandoned and rotting. Intelligent life forms departed. Anomalous solar activity prevents the crafting of items beyond the shelter of planetary base. Okay, so this is a base building expedition by the looks of things, people. So it looks like we're stuck on the planet to make bases. This could get rather busy. Okay, cool. Thankfully, for the good of all, the generous Utopia Foundation is coordinating a grand reconstruction project. Join the community habitational team settler and help them make backing a beautiful and productive once more. It looks that way. It looks like we're all going to be building freaking bases on the same planet. This could be brilliant to start out with, but I'd imagine this is going to get freaking slow on the older platforms like PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Oh, they're saying that. PlayStation 5, I've got serious rendering issues with visiting other players' bases. This could get broken very quickly. I'm going to have to run this expedition fairly quick before I run into jankiness. But anyway, let's scroll on down. So it looks like they're putting these new fabricators. And it looks like we can bring down our technologies to these fabricators, I'm guessing. So yeah, cool, okay, brilliant, because like they say, the station is broken and you're limited to your base, so I can only imagine we're going to get the technologies at our bases as we build these things. So it is kind of like a redelivery of how to play No Man's Sky. I really wish that they would put something like this into survival mode and change survival mode up massively. Wondrous discoveries. Browse through your most impressive and bizarre discoveries in the new wonders section of the catalogue. Oh, nice. Explore an ever-evolving collection of mementos from your journey, from the largest herbivore creatures to the most ancient tree to the planet most approaching paradise. Oh, I like that. That's quite cool, isn't it? So we've got a new sort of area inside of our catalogue to put up all of our bestest of finds. I like that. Makes me wonder, maybe in the future they might introduce something like terraforming and you can get all your best finds and put them on the planet of your choosing. That'd be freaking epic. But yeah, I'm going off in speculation mode and it's a brand new update and I'm always speculating about the future. Cool. Well, hello there, people. Got a fair few people here. Thank you very much for tuning in for the patch notes reading and also what's inside the game files. We'll go back to the game files in a bit. I started with the game files. We'll go back to them in a moment. I saw the patch notes dropped. Thank you for letting us know in the actual comments there. So we're over here reading these quickly. Smallest of herbivores. He's pretty darn freaking sweet, isn't he? I don't think I've ever seen one that stands upright. All of mine have always been on all fours. Convergence potential. What the fudge are you on about, mate? This is one of the droid robots. Convergence potential. Is that a hint at something? Most corrosive blood. Yeah, okay, cool. Lovely. Nice. Improved HDR lighting. Okay, let's see if we can see the difference. Okay, that's before. That's after. Okay, I think I like this one without the sort of lighting effects, to be honest. I can actually see it better, see the details more. Okay, brilliant. Oh, that is after, actually. Good. Yes, I like the after image more so. Cool, yeah? Sweet. Let's scroll. Oh, Very cool. That's a nice sort of image. But yeah, cool. Let's go down. Utopia Speedster Starship. Here we go, people. Complete the full program of Utopia Foundation assignments to receive the exclusive Utopia Speeder Starship. This versatile craft is plated with radiation-resistant armor and engineered with aerodynamic profile for agility during atmospheric flight. Oh, pretty cool. So it's actually faster at planet surface, is it? I want to see more. I want to see if it actually is or whether it's just freaking text. But that does look kind of groovy, doesn't it? I'm not going to lie, that I do want it. I do want it. Is it going to take up a ship slot, though? Because I ain't got room. They better give us one extra ship slot for it, or maybe have it on the quick menu to just summon it and call it in, almost like an exocraft. It doesn't say whether you can take it off into space and warp with it. It just mentions about planetary flight, doesn't it? So maybe it is a new form of exocraft. We'll only have to wait and see, I guess. Coolio, PlayStation VR 2. Launching together with the new PlayStation VR 2 hardware, No Man's Sky is more immersive virtual reality experience than ever. Travelers can explore the universe in up to 4K resolution, pilot the ships and wield multi-tools with new ergonomic sense controllers, and benefit from the vast number of gameplay and quality of life improvements. PlayStation VR 2. Nexus Missions on the Switch. Yes, Switch players, you can run Nexus Missions, you can get Quicksilver. Hopefully you can get yourself capes. Let's have a look. For the first time on Nintendo Switch, sign up at the Space Anomaly to undertake challenging missions, and Priest Entity Nada Specialist Polo. The Nexus interface offers ever-updating selection of missions at specific locations ranging from discovery to combat to base building and much more. There are quite a lot of missions at first when you start doing them, and it is bloody good fun, but I would say after about a year of doing them, they do get a bit repetitive. Just a word of warning, but enjoy, Switch players. I don't want to sort of belittle you getting this because I know how much you've wanted it, so brilliant! Every day with a bonus at weekends. The Nexus offers new missions rewarding Quicksilver. Polo's Quicksilver Synthesis Companion would be pleased to exchange this special currency for a wide range of exotic collectibles. Most of them are either base cosmetics or actual player cosmetics, and there's a few emojis in there as well and things. So that's pretty darn awesome, Switch players. That's freaking fantastic news. Massive thumbs up. I can't understand why it wasn't in there at launch though. Cool, okay, right. So we've got a shed load of stuff here. That shows all the Quicksilver items currently, I guess. That's new, though. And so is that helmet. That helmet is inside the game files and has been in the game file since Waypoint, and we can't unlock it yet. So hopefully that's coming soon, and imagine that's coming soon. Coolio. Brilliant. Okay, it's showing an exotic biome. Oh, it's just, I think it's for the VR. Look, the VR gloves are there. Clearer game options. The game options are now available from the opening screen of the game, allowing you to tweak settings such as volume and resolution before loading into gameplay. What would be nice is being able to adjust your network play before loading into game, because the amount of times that I'm told you can't join this instance because your networking isn't on. You have to load all the way into game, turn your networking on, all the way back out again just to go into multiplayer. Annoying as fudge. Options have been reorganized for ease of use, and clarifying descriptions have been added to explain the function of each opzione. Brilliant, eh? Oh look, there's the options button. I was saying, wouldn't it be cool on this front screen to have something like that, but also to have a Zendesk one, so you can click it and it brings up all the stuff that's been reported to Zendesk, so you know whether to report something or not. Have a little button that says this is affecting me too, so they get a count of how many people are affected, all that sort of stuff. I hope they add another one there. Having a little selection of... Please do that, that'd be nice. Okay, cool. Graphics display options, sweet. So, yeah, you can do all your options from the front screen. That's pretty cool. Or can you? I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, hopefully, I saw network on the previous screen earlier. There's network there. But they're in-game, not on the title screen, so who freaking knows? Okay, Fearsome Visor. That does look something like out of freaking Star Wars, doesn't it? That looks just like the one that guy wears, that Kylo Ren, doesn't it? How have they not got sued yet? Okay, yeah. I mean, the cities that we've got look like something straight out of Mandalorian, and now this. You're pushing it, Hello Games. Utopia settlers will receive this exclusive appearance customization. The Fearsome Visor strike dread into the hearts of your foes with this oxidized strengthened helmet. I'm not going to lie, I want that. I definitely want that. That is freaking epic. That looks cool, doesn't it? That really does all look awesome. And with the capes as well. You're going to look just like freaking Darth Vader or a Sith, aren't you, running around with that helmet on and an awesome freaking cape. Really? Nice! Yeah, so here we go. Scroll on down. There's the helmet. It does look kind of lovely, doesn't it? Okay. PS2 visual quality. The universe looks crisper and more beautiful in PSVR 2 with higher quality textures. I should think so at 500 freaking quid. Yes, improved particle rendering, terrain tessellation effects, increased planetary details, increased draw distance, and much more. These improvements combined with support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0 technology on PlayStation technology create the best looking PSVR experience yet. It's not hard. The only other one you had to compare it to was PlayStation VR 1, which kind of looked worse than the Switch. So there we go. Oh, this does look pretty darn freaking cool. Oh, that's a nice screenshot, well captured, but yeah. Twitch rewards. So yeah, the Twitch rewards. I think we was hitting these on the game files earlier, so you probably saw these when I was going through the game files, and yes, I made the right assumption. They are Twitch rewards. Okay, they're things that we've already had before. I don't think there's anything in there. Anyway, alien structure ambience. A deeper sense of mystery surrounds the ancient portals, plaques, and monoliths with the addition of ambient mist and dynamic new visual effects upon activation. Oh, we all wanted that, didn't we? That was all on our lists. Okay, all right, cool. It does look freaking gnarly. Anything to reduce, make things look a little bit prettier, I'm all for, to be fair, but yeah, okay, cool. Virtual reality overhaul. The experience of playing in VR has been improved across the board. While playing with controllers tracked in each hand, the personal force field will move attached to your non-dominant hand for right hand, left hand. I know there was people that were saying that they wanted it. Scottish Rod is left-handed. He's getting PlayStation VR 2. So yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to Scottish Rod, he's getting PlayStation VR 2, and he's going to be covering this. I don't know whether Damash Smash is. He might be as well, but he's an awesome VR player, and he's been playing No Man's Sky in VR for ages. Mission locations and power hotspots are more intuitive to pinpoint with revamped target sweep and hotspot surveying controls for the analysis visor. I hope that goes for flat mode as well, because yeah, that could do with a little bit of a tweak, to be fair. I do like that shield though, how you can have it on your arm like that. It's like something out of Ulysses 31, one of my favourite cartoons of all time. Okay, awesome. Some lovely screenshots inside of these patch notes. Dynamic resolution scaling. Okay. Dynamic scaling on PlayStation 5 invisibly adapts your display resolution during play, ensuring a smoother frame rate at all times and significantly improvement to visual quality in situations such as space flight. Okay, I shouldn't have had a McDonald's before doing this, people. This is such a mouthful to freaking get out, and I've just had some bubbly Coca-Colas. So yeah, there we go. Zoo Games and their viewers just joined us. Oh, thank you for the raid there, Zoo Games. Zoo Games, another awesome content creator, freaking awesome guy as well. Does lots of community events and things. I'm hoping that this update also brings in a load of patches so we can get back in on doing some of that. I do hope to join Zoo and crew at some point. But yeah, it's just as and when. And also, you know, I was giving away eggs myself at one point, but the multiplayer bugs sort of put a pay to that. Transition between deep space exploration and low altitude flight is now completely seamless in a hitch-free. It always has been. It always has been. Okay, that's one of the selling points of No Man's Sky. You can't put it in these patch notes as a new freaking thing. Bad Hello Games. Cool. VR base building, constructor base, and virtual reality is more intuitive than ever. Placement options now appear wherever you look, and you can select the position by pointing to it. That's pretty cool, but I imagine that's only in PlayStation VR 2, isn't it? Yes. Base parts are now recolored in VR to enhance your base aesthetics with full range of colors and materials. You could already recolor them in a flat mode, but it's nice to see that they've improved base building inside of VR. That could be pretty good fun. It's almost like being a freaking wizard. A wall there, please. A door there, please. Window. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I don't think it's voice activated. You will still have to go into menus. Don't expect to just go window and a window appears. That's not going to happen. I'm not... Oh my god, what have I done? Okay, right, let's scroll on down. Coloured treasures. Cool. Your most lucrative treasures, from leather-bound arthologies to enriched bio-anomalies, are now recorded in the Wonders section of the catalogue. I do like the idea of the Wonders catalogue. Planetary glitches such as electric cubes and bubble clusters are also counted here as you retrieve them from exotic biomes. Nice. Okay, cool. It's another UI change, people. So, yeah, I get to what I think about this towards the end of the patch notes, so just hold fire for that one in a bit. We'll go back to the game files in a moment. Oh, this ship looks freaking sexy as, doesn't it? It almost looks like a DeLorean has just made love to a frickin' snow speeder from Star Wars. Frickin' love it. I just hope it doesn't take up a slot, or else I've got to find another ship to frickin' scrap or throw away. Okay, coolio. Navigate a selection of warp destinations in the VR Galactic map has been improved, and it's now possible to travel through the centre of the galaxy in VR. Oh, that's only took frickin' years! Yeah, so if you didn't know, people, on PlayStation VR 1, when you get to the centre of the universe, to complete the game, you have to hold in the direction, and on the joypad you have to hold the actual left thumbstick for ages until it actually goes round. No way you could do that in VR, so you had to swap to a joypad. You couldn't use your move controllers. Great, I fixed it for VR 2. Doesn't mention anything about PlayStation VR 1, so good luck VR 1 players still. Hopefully they've fixed it, who knows. New accessibility features. A significant number of new game options allow you to customise your experience and accessibility from ease. New options include a range of tools to adjust visual effects, cameras and controls for the most comfortable position possible. Specific settings including settings for the analysis visor to automatically scan fauna. Oh, really? The analysis visor now picks up fauna. Interesting. Flora and materials when centered on screen without requiring a second simultaneous button push. Okay, alright, interesting. I'm going to have to give that a go. In addition to the existing HUD scale options, some menu text can now be enlarged to increase readability, especially from a distance. That could be needed, yes. Yeah, nice, okay, cool. Visual enhancements, I'm all for this customizational type stuff. Okay, here we go. Holographic friend. Contributors to the Utopia communal bihabitational project, the Expedition. That's a freaking mouthful. Will receive this exclusive holographic base part, providing internal friendship to even the loneliest of bases. Okay. Alright, that's quite cool to have a little holographic NPC inside of your base, but it'd be even better if we could place NPCs and give them pathing, so we could actually draw a path of where we want them to walk and they walk around your base to give it some sense of believability and life. I have seen people using mods to do exactly that, which is pretty darn cool. Anyway, continue to scroll down and see what else. Oh, that looks freaking great. Look at the hand actions inside of VR as well. Oh, it's going to be amazing in VR. So envious. So definitely want to get VR when I can. Customize your gameplay. The player characters may now be shown on the right side of the screen, operating the multi-tool with their left hand. The auto-rotation behavior of the third-person camera can be disabled, allowing complete manual control of the camera rotation. Nice. A network privilege can be set for which players are permitted to access the contents of your refiner. Really? So does that mean that I could unpackage my incinerator from my multi-tool, duplicate it, put one in my refiner, a friend can come over, take it out, they've then got the incinerator. I'm going to be testing that, people. That I'm going to be freaking testing. Yes, heck yes. The game language may now be set from within No Man's Sky independently on your system language. Alright, fine. Cool. I didn't even know that wasn't a thing, to be honest. Okay, yeah, so left-hand or right-handed, and you can swap where you want your player model to be. Wow, well that's cool. So that now caters for the lefties and the righties or whatever. Okay, cool, yeah, brilliant. And you can change all the... Nice. Okay, cool. I didn't even know that wasn't a thing. I thought it did it already, but there we are. Quality of life. A polished pass has improved quality of life across all wide range of gameplay features. Quick charge allows base parts such as refiners to be fully refueled with a single button press. Cool. I hope you've done the same with the frickin' portals. The system for synchronizing the contents of your refiner in multiplayer has been completely reworked for readability and stability. Nice. An emergency warp button will now allow you to reset your position in your freighter to rescue any ambitious builders who have become caught within the freighter base. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a bug fix rather than an enhancement, though. Hello Games, nice one. I see what you've done with these patch notes. You've really gone to town in padding them out. But yeah, quick charge buttons. So it does seem that the whole thing with maybe changing that difficulty setting and making things quicker is all part and parcel of speeding up the game and speeding up the UI and removing clicks and streamlining. I kind of see where they're going with this. They're making it more user-friendly, aren't they, rather than cumbersome. And I welcome it, which is cool. New VR options when exploring on foot, piloting your ship in VR, the distance of the user interface, UI, and heads-up display, it can now be fine-tuned to exact preference to maximise physical comfort. Oh, John McNone has just dropped me $20 towards my PlayStation VR 2. Or Ivy if necessary. You can shout that. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll go straight in the PlayStation VR 2 fund unless Ivy is watching. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, while playing PlayStation VR using DualShock 4, you may now use motion controls to operate the cursor in menus. Okay, interesting. So you've got two VR controllers in your hand. Oh no, this is PlayStation VR 4, sorry. Okay, cool, fine. All VR players can now adjust their intensity of the vinaigrette effect at the edge of your vision to suit your individual comfort level. Okay, cool. Just loads of quality of life stuff here, people. Loads and loads of quality of life stuff under accessibility. Don't know whether this is just for VR players, but freaking awesome. All for it. Okay, what else have we got in here? Robo Warden Companion. What? Oh, the Wiki droid follows you around now. Okay. The Utopia Foundation provides its most hard-working settlers with an exclusive of hovering valet. The robot Warden, this electronic companion, is programmed to be meticulous and dependable as it assists you on your journey. Yeah, so the reason I call it a Wiki droid is back in the day, I used to do videos where I pretended I was stuck in the game. And when I went to my base, I used to talk to that because we didn't have a drone that followed us back then. And I used to get it to do Google searches for me. And then I just used to play the voice through Google. But I called it Wiki rather than Google. But yeah, pretty darn cool, because it was mainly Wiki that it used to quote and read out, mainly for all the Greek mythology references inside of this game. PlayStation VR 2 headset feedback. Subtle headset vibrations in PlayStation VR 2 elevate the sensory feedback to a new level of immersion. The visor will echo of quaking of earth as titan worms thunder from the soil. Experience your cockpit rumble around you as you breach planetary atmosphere. Feel the blast of nearby lightning strikes, volcanic eruptions, and other terrestrial phenomena. I can't wait to see what the haptic feedback brings to VR players. I can't wait to see somebody hit on up PlayStation VR 2 with No Man's Sky for the first time. I will be looking for videos during the week and hopefully bring you something in a Cup of Tea with Captain Steve episode on how excited I am for PlayStation VR 2. The strength of these vibrations can be turned to preference in the options menu, to your preference, and yeah, tuned. Okay, cool. Nice one. A Trace of Metal on Switch. Okay. For the first time on Nintendo Switch, delve into the secrets of the Sentinels in the story-driven mission A Trace of Metal. Collaborate with iteration Tethys, befriend a drone and still powerful Sentinel technology to upgrade your Minotaur exocraft. Well, the way that you get all your parts to take to Tethys is done from your settlement. And I didn't think settlements were inside of No Man's Sky on the Switch. So either they've changed this mission up that you go speak to Tethys and maybe he gives you those parts rather than having to do it at the settlement, or can you read into this that now settlements are on Nintendo Switch? I think we're going to have to get Switch players to confirm either way, but that's interesting. No, there we go. But I'm not without my own methods. My network sees much more, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, maybe just speak to Tethys then. Maybe that hasn't brought some settlements in. It'd be nice if they were a little bit clearer there, wouldn't it? Okay, motion controls. On PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, stick input can now be enhanced with gyroscopic motion sensor control. Achieve effortless precision when aiming at enemies with the multi-tool and feel fully immersed as you tilt your hands to scan fauna with the analysis visor. Motion control can be enabled and disabled. Oh, so it looks like a lot of those accessibility settings are going to be on all platforms, I'd imagine then, people, or most. Cool. That ship is freaking lovely. I like that ship a lot. Kind of makes me want to have wingmen in those ships, but if it's just a reward, I doubt that's going to happen. Cool. Tactile PlayStation VR 2 controls. Touch and manipulate the universe around you with the individually tracked PSVR 2 Sense controllers. Feel the individual bolts clicking beneath your fingers as each is released from your bolt caster barrel. When your multi-tool begins to overheat, reactive feedback begins to resist your pull on the trigger. That's already the same on freaking these, mate. Yeah, and okay, but yeah, okay, fine. It's coming to PlayStation VR 2 controls. Dramatic motion such as launching your starship, vibrating your hand and headset together, placing you directly in the centre of action. They've already mentioned all the feedback further up, but that's quite a nice screenshot to go with it, and repeating it again. Smoke and wreckage effects. Ambient smoke and fog now surrounds Colossal Archive and swirls through the abandoned planetary structures. The smoking and sparking of damaged machinery and crash freighters has been updated with atmospheric new visual effects. Oh, look at that! That does look freaking cool. That's added a lot more sort of ambience to the crashed freighters. Oh, and abandoned buildings. They look pretty darn freaking sweet now as well. Yeah, okay. Massive points on those. Heck, oh, look at the lightning arcing from the spikes at the bottom of that one. And that sort of swirly pattern under there as well. Very cool, very cool. And I know that I said, oh, yeah, the portals and things earlier. But you know what? When you put it all together, if they put this with that portals one earlier, it would have had more of an impact. But they've spread it out a bit. I see what they're doing. And it's like padding it out a bit more. Milestone titles. Celebrate your joining Milestone with progression of dozen new titles available from the appearance modifier connoisseur. Okay, all right. More titles. Brilliant. Hopefully they've got newer ways to actually hit up some of the titles. Some of the titles are stuck. It'd be nice to have them unstuck. Okay, expanded starship fleets. Grow and diversify your ship collection with 3 additional slots. Yes! I was saying we needed an additional slot. If they've given us an additional ship, they need to give us an additional slot. Freaking great. That's cool. Nice. Grow your Oh, I went and got rid of my golden vector, though, because I didn't have enough slots for it. I'm going to have to try and find one. A golden vector, if someone wants to give one away. I'm sure I could get one off a PC player. Cool. Growing your diverse, whatever, ship collection with 3 additional slots, raising the maximum fleet size to 12. Heck yes! That's probably one of my favourite things that I've read so far in here. I mean, I'm overjoyed for the Switch players getting the missions, but 3 additional ship slots. That's given me something to do, to find a couple more ships. Heck yes! Awesome. Okay, and we've got a shed load of freaking patch notes there, people. Now, I'm not going to read through all the patch notes. If you want to go over here and read the patch notes, usually a lot of the stuff that's in the patch notes are the same things that are above anyway. So we'll jump back over to the actual game files that I've got. Where are they? Assistant No Man's Sky. There we go, into here. So we're back inside the game files, and there's a lot of posters. I really like the look of that one. That one's really quite tasty, isn't it? That's cool. And there's other posters here as well. I really like these. I mean, they feel a lot more alive than other posters. This one and this one, anyway. I mean, that one looks like it's got settlements on it of some kind. But yeah, let's carry on down. And we've got this lovely badge there. It's an awesome cape that's tattered and torn. And a few other bits and bobs, which are pretty darn sweet. It looks like we're going to get new emotes at some stage too. So you can have a little blob in your hand or a ship in your hand or whatever, which would be quite cool, I think. And there's that lovely helmet. It does look really sort of Sith-like, doesn't it? But at least we've made sense of a lot of this stuff now. So back to the Fractal folder. So we've done this one. For those that weren't here earlier, there's only that in there. It's some sort of map, but it's got some sort of Atlas logo on it. I think it's specific for, and that was the special folder that we was just in, and we looked at these as well. It looks like there's a settlement on a galleon there or something. I don't know whether we're going to actually encounter this giant galleon ship inside of this expedition or something. But we'll find out, won't we? Quick menu. So there's some stuff off quick menu. Again, it's just the emotes and things there. Okay, cool. What else have we got? Products. Holocom device. Okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I wonder what we're going to be hitting that up and using that for. That's piqued my interest. That's really piqued my... because there was no mention of that in the freaking patch notes, was there? Okay, expedition, all the expedition badges. Now we know this expedition is going to be planet side, and we're going to be building a base. And it looks like we're going to be bringing down technologies into these machines by looks of things from what I'm seeing there anyway. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be leaving the planet for much because the station's completely fudged to fudgery apparently. So I guess we're just going to be building on there, unlocking all these badges. Now, Kurt has told me the runtime of this expedition. It runs to the first week of freaking April. So we've got the whole of March to do this expedition. I don't think I'm going to speed run it or plow through it. I'm going to try and make it last a little while and have a bit of fun with it, I think. And I'll probably just do, I don't know, hour or so updates on how I'm doing with it and not go to town on it and just enjoy it. because, yeah, otherwise we're just going to run it, do it, nothing else to freaking cover. Right, so here we go. Cooking products. We go into that, and there's one additional cooking product. Redefined evil stew. That does look freaking evil. Okay, well, that's all the folders that I've gone through, and there's just this outer folder here. There's some language keys here, and one of the questions that I always ask Kurt is there going to be anything happening with the station override? He's hit me up and he said, no, Captain Steve. There's no mention of the override. The override still does nothing. So there's that, people. Now, I thought with this update being the snowflake and snowflakes being made by fractals, that's how I came up with the name Fractal. But Fractal has a dual meaning because in math, it's almost as good as having the super formula. Some will argue just as good as having the super formula or the golden ratio. And it's to do with how things are created by the universe. And it did make sense to me that maybe they might be adding some sort of algorithm into the terrain. There's no mention of that inside the patch notes. It hasn't come to fruition. So that speculation, even though I got the name right, what it actually does I got incorrect, which I'm half right then. Yay! Kind of. Maybe just one air grab. Yay! There we go. But at least I got the name, which is cool. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to speculate as long as you don't set speculation as expectation. There was quite a lot of people out there that said that this update will probably just be UI changes for VR, and it will just usher in VR2, just like on Switch. When it came to Switch, we got a few improvements and UI changes and overhauls to things. Well, it's the same with this update. This update has brought in nothing really in sense of content. It has given us extra ship slots, so we've got more to grind for, which is a pretty cool. I do want to go and fill those slots as quick as freaking possible. I want a golden vector, I want that land speeder ship, and then I've got one free one, so that's cool. I don't know what to put in that one free one, and I go on a hunt for something, but at least it's given me something to do outside of the expedition. But I can't see this expedition lasting that full quandary of time unless they've really made it grindy. We'll have to jump in and give it a look-see. Can't wait. It's not on PlayStation 5 as yet, or it wasn't earlier when I checked before I went live and started streaming this out. But anyway, that's your patch notes, people in the viewerverse, and that's everything that is inside of the game files that have been found without going into a massive, great big deep dive. This is all the stuff that Kurt, No Man's Sky Assistant app, has found just from doing a skim of the surface of it. We might uncover things in the future. I am planning to do a 1616 podcast this Sunday with Kurt. Hopefully, if we found anything more, we might be able to share more on that 1616 podcast. But hopefully I'll have a sense of what the expedition is all about by then as well, and give some thoughts and feelings on the expedition. And also, once I've actually delved into this a little bit more, I might be at a point where I can do some sort of review maybe on the Fractal update. But there we go, people. That's pretty much everything I've gone for you. And yes, I've got myself a McDonald's Coke rather than a cup of tea. Pretty darn freaking nice. Anyways, I'm just going to pop on over to the actual chat, because I've neglected the chat because I was reading so much on the freaking screen, and just see if I've missed. Steve, we're all playing it. Yeah, I guess the people on PC are. I don't know whether it's out on PlayStation 5 yet. If the patch notes are out, then I'd imagine it has started dropping on consoles. So I might have to jump on and give it a go. However, I've got the rest of my working day to do now. And this evening, because Lex has just gone through his citizenship, yeah, we're taking him out for a meal. So I don't know whether I get to play it much tonight. But anyway, coolio. You'll be on okay, maybe console chat, laugh out loud. Okay, coolio. Captain Steve, we'll finish the expedition in a week. Daniel King, normally I would. I don't know whether I'm going to on this one. I'm gonna take my time and try and enjoy it as much as possible. But if I do end up completing it quickly, because I do like playing No Man's Sky, it just happens that way, you know. Okay, the holocron device will probably end up like the station override key. Dutch, you could be right. Yeah, because it wasn't mentioned inside the patch notes, so maybe it's just there at the moment. A bit like the solar helm that never popped, which is really odd. Okay, cool. Got a new subscriber. This guy right here, he's just subscribed. Yes, thank you. That guy right there. Thank you. Coolio. Rightio. Anyhow, people, I'm going to be ending off now. And if I have missed anything in the chat, it's because I was reading everything that was going on the screen. I will watch this video back once the chat has actually transcribed and is on the video, and I'll watch back and I'll take a look at everything that you've been saying in the comments. So thank you very much for taking part, and sorry that I neglected the chat bit. Oh, I'm downloading on Xbox now. Okay, cool. I'm going to load up my PlayStation 5, and look, downloading on what is that? Cannabis bed or something? Downloading on PS5. Nice one. I'm going to be downloading it too. Lovely, jubbly, coolio. I'm going to jump over and start downloading it now, people. All right, take care, everyone. Goodbye, and goodbye again.